Welcome back to DHO Gaming. I'm your host, Brad the New Dad. This is Sniping Tips 2, 3, and 4. Alright guys, I know I told you in my Sniping Tips and Tricks video, as well as my Sniping Tip number 1 video, that I would make each individual videos for my Sniping Tips and Tricks. However, while getting the Sniping Tip number 2 video for you, I ended up implementing everything I needed for the rest of them. And instead of bringing you guys 3 videos, I figured I'd make one long video for Sniping Tips 2, 3, and 4, kind of breaking them down a little bit, implementing them, and showing you guys how I do it. So I really hope this video helps you guys progress with your professional class. If it does, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. If you have not watched my Sniping Tips and Tricks video or my Sniping Tip number 1 video, go ahead and pause this video in a second, head on over to my channel, watch both of those in sequence, Sniping Tips and Tricks and then Sniping Tip number 1, and come back over. But before you do, definitely like the videos and subscribe to my channel. Alright guys, so before we get started here, I am running with my Scout Elite, the 6x scope. As I told you guys with Sniping Tip number 2, everything has its own bullet velocity. I'm just more comfortable with my Scout Elite than I am with the R700 or my AWM. It wasn't always like that. I got the Scout Elite Gold second, 300 knockout first, and then I got my weapons license for the AWM and the R700, and then came back to the Scout Elite. I just preferred it more because I do get, the rechambering speed. I can put more rounds down range a lot quicker. So to start off with, guys, this car drove by and I spotted him. I noticed he was turning around, and I quickly take him out. Headshot, moving vehicle. Suck it. I'm your daddy. Plain and simple. But let's get back to the point here, guys. I'm also running with the Tech 9, as you guys see. Now, I was thinking about running with my taser, but I told you guys be comfortable with the sidearm. Chances are you're not going to be too comfortable with the taser until you get killed with it. Well, while you're using it, probably about 20 or 30 times. So I'm running with the Tech 9. I was going to use my Mac 10 as well, but I already got it gold. I have probably about 1600 kills with it, and I really need to progress and try to get used to something else. So that's actually what I've been doing over this past week, is getting used to using my Tech 9. As you guys can see, I'm not too bad with it. I did not get a headshot on that one, but I do start getting consistent headshots here later on in this gameplay. The only thing I can tell you guys when you're using the Mac 10, the Tech 9, or the G18, because they are automatic machine pistols, is simply use it with a burst fire. If you guys pay attention to when I'm using it, I use it kind of like I'm pulling the trigger fast and with a semi-automatic pistol, and it's more of a burst fire mode then. What that does is simply it gives me more control over the pistol, opposed to just laying on the trigger and having it climb or go to the right or the left. Now this next shot, I actually thought I was going to miss the guy, but this right here is a benefit of not running with an 8 or a 14 by scope, because I am able to scope in faster. As you can see, the guy right in the building right there. Scope in, headshot, bam. Now I do miss this guy. I get killed. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have let him out a little bit more, but I'm prone to mistakes just like everybody else is. If it was my knockout, chances are I probably would have killed him, because I do tend to run with that more. Just because it is an OP weapon, and I do try to get more gameplay for my Get Tased videos, which is another one that I'll be making right after this. So I die and I come back in because we're losing Echo. When I first came into this game, these guys were hiding all in these corners in here. So naturally, I start checking the corners, and you see right there, headshot Tech 9. I know I'm not the only one here, because it's still, they're still capturing it, so I hang back and wait. I should have probably taken this guy out instead of running after him and getting the takedown and then the interrogation. But this moves on to tip number 3 right here. Be mindful, or actually, I think it's tip number 4. Let me take a look here, because I do have notes. Nope, tip number 3. Be mindful of your surroundings. So when I got the interrogation, I could actually see where these guys were around me, and then I captured the point. Ran out, got killed, spawned back in on it because they came right back over to it, started taking it again. So as you guys can see, you know, I'm checking these corners because these guys have been hiding in these corners bad. So I just want to catch a glimpse of these guys, and fortunately enough, I do right here to where I can run into the guy. Bam, another headshot. So as you guys could definitely notice with these last 2 kills for the Tech 9, I've gotten 2 consistent headshots using a burst fire with the Tech 9, and that's just, you know, popping on the trigger instead of just laying onto it. By popping, I mean hitting the trigger, releasing, but at a fast pace. Now, I noticed it went contested. I hear these footsteps behind me. Luckily, the guy tried to knife me. Otherwise, he probably could have killed me easily because I had my trip mine set wrong. I realized I did. I haven't played on the criminal activity maps in quite some time, so I was actually iffy about putting those down at all. But I actually ended up getting trip mine kills on both of them here later on in the gameplay. One of them pretty quick here. But we do have a little break here in the gameplay, and instead of cutting it out, I figured I'd let you guys know about DadsHideOut.com. The DHO gaming side of it is something that I actually came up with here recently when I started the YouTube channel for DadsHideout.com. I actually started calling it, DHO Gaming. They've been gaming together for quite some time. DadsHideout.com is a place for all dads. Whether you're military, a veteran, or civilian, it's there for you guys. We have support. You guys can vent, talk about BS if you guys have questions about anything. I mean, we have everything from IT guys to, like I said, military personnel to, you know, your landscapers. You know, it's anything you guys want to know. There's always somebody there that can help you out. And the gaming side of it, you know, we play all platforms, just about any game you can think of, so you always have somebody to play with. And back to the game here. I was actually trying to figure out where these guys were. I was waiting for somebody to spot them. As you can see, they were in a truck. I jumped down, Tech 9 in the back, burst fire again. Now I do die right here, but I do take one of them out just because one of his buddies did recently. And there it is, of course, you know, he killed me. Sorry guys, I had to try to edit out some of this commentary. My boy woke up and started crying, so we'll get back to this. The reason why I was up on A there, like I was saying, you know, be mindful of your surroundings. You know, I knew there was other guys down there, I just didn't know where. I didn't want to jump down with the Tech 9 and get blown away because all of them's camping together. So I wanted to, I waited until somebody spotted one of them. There's the trip mine kill that I was telling you about, just so I knew where to go, you know, where to be cautious, basically. So I shot the guy in the back. I spawned back into Echo here. I have one of my teammates spawning on me. I'm actually going solo on this gameplay for you guys, and I quickly get another headshot with the Tech 9 when he decided to run in. And once again, you know, it's a burst fire. I should be getting some more sniper kills for you here shortly, but as you can see, you know, I die to the MAC-10. The MAC-10 is probably the most OP weapon you can have with your professional class, but again, you guys got to be careful with it. Like I said, it does climb, especially if you guys throw heavy barrel on it like I do. So you guys definitely need to use a burst fire control mode. So far we've went over the fact that I'm running and gunning with my 6x on my Scout Elite, and as I've explained to you guys in other videos, I typically run with a 4x on my 300 knockout, and that's because I like to get closer to the action. I don't always like to hang back and snipe anymore. I do every once in a while if we're having a huge sniper issue to where the guys are hanging back in their spawns, and or like Sniping Tip #1 video where you got some douchebags up on top of a skyscraper they're not supposed to be on. You know, I do need something a little bit longer range then, and I'll switch over. But I'm more comfortable running and gunning these days. Definitely spam the R1 button all the time. Sniping Tip #3, because I covered 2. Sniping Tip #3 is mindful of your surroundings. As you guys can see, you know, I try to spam R1 so I know where the enemy is. That way I can be cautious. At the same time, I can try to get up close and personal. I typically run with my T62Q taser. just so I can get interrogation kills not only for my Get Tased video gameplay, but also so I can see where these guys are around me. You know, I don't want to run around a corner like right here and get blasted away. I want to be able to tell where these guys are on my map so I don't make a noob mistake and just try to run around with a Tech 9. You know, that's not what you want to do. Definitely always listen to the footsteps, as you guys seen was on top of the A roof. You know, I heard the guy coming up from behind me. I quickly looked at my map, realized, you know, there's nobody on my map that should be behind me. Luckily enough, the douchebag tried to knife me, and I took him out with my Tech 9, got a headshot on him. Sniping tip number 4, sidearms. You know, you guys got to be consistent with headshots, otherwise you're going to lose the gun battles, which you have seen in this video gameplay. I've lost a couple gun battles to a couple MAC-10s, a couple assault rifles, an SMG here or there, and you know, that's because I'm not getting the headshots. But the ones that I do win, I get headshots, and that's well, also on top of that, I'm not going full auto with my machine pistol. You know, the Tech 9, the MAC-10, and the G18, like I said before, is a machine pistol. You know, you guys need to use them like a burst fire mode. It's simple, it's easy. You know, you just pop 3. You know, when you hear 3 rounds come off, release the trigger and press right back on it. All that's going to do is just help you get control back over your pistol, because you don't want it to jump all over the place to where you're going to lose control and lose a gun battle like I have and you guys have seen. Now, I was still using the burst fire, but I didn't get the headshot, so I might as well have just been laying on the trigger. It's the same thing. Same end result. I died. This guy, perfect example. I mean, you know, I was fortunate enough that the douchebag decided he wanted to try to look around the other side of the corner and just keep firing, and I popped right back out. Alright, here's another Tech 9 kill. You know, I'm being mindful of my surroundings up to this point right here where I die. Oh, I cut that out. Alright guys, that's pretty much going to be about it for this video. I still got a little bit of gameplay here for you, but just keep in mind the 4 tips. Use a Scout Elite and or Sniper Rifle that you're most comfortable with. Tip 2, 4 or 6 by scope when you guys want to get up close and personal. Tip 3, be mindful of your surroundings. And tip 4, most importantly, use a sidearm you're comfortable with and getting headshots. Until next time guys, I'm Brad the New Dad, this is DHO Gaming, and I'm out.